All right, now that we know what the factored and the standard form are, we're going to learn about converting between those. So what that means is, we're going to start with a factored form quadratic, and we want to say, oh, well, what if I wanted to write that same exact quadratic in standard form? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to convert from factored to standard. And we're actually going to be talking a ton about converting between different forms of the quadratic equation this unit. In fact, that's mostly what this unit is focused on. Now, we're going to start with the easy one, though. So converting from factored form to standard form is pretty easy because all you need to do is distributes. Okay, and so if you look at this first example, it's not right at all. Distribute. Okay. So the first thing you want to look at is, well, you have two, these are called binomials. There's two terms, so you're multiplying two binomials. You don't need to know that terminology, that's okay. But what that means is when you have a pattern that looks like this, well, you're just going to distribute twice. So you're going to start by going x times x. Well, what's x times x? X squared. What's x times 1? X times 1 is 1x, or just x. Negative 5, don't forget that negative. Negative 5 times x would be negative 5x. And then finally, negative 5 times 1 will be negative 5. So what I did there is I distributed the x first, and then I distributed the negative 5. So you just literally do it twice and write it all out. That's how you do this. Then you're going to simplify this. And in pretty much all of your examples, for the most part, you're going to have just two like terms. So these middle two are going to be like terms. 1x minus 5x becomes negative 4x. There's no other like terms, so you bring down everything else. And this should be pretty easy for most of us because most of us know how to distribute two binomials like this. And that's all you're doing. There you go. There's your standard form. It looks like your standard form. I'm going to do this one more time over here, and I'm going to do it a little bit faster. So 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 7 is negative 14x. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. And then finally, negative 6 times negative 7. Remember, it's negative times a negative, so it's positive 42. I'm doing this fast. You might have needed a calculator, and that's okay. In fact, true story, I had to stop this video and do it again because I forgot what negative 6 times negative 7 is, so don't let that trip you up. So finally, I know the y is going to stay the same. I don't see any other x squared, so I know that's going to stay the same. We have negative 14x minus 6 becomes negative 20x plus 42. There is my standard form. So that's all you needed to do was distribute, and you're distributing twice in these examples.